You know the exact amount of money in your bank account right now, but you've never once calculated the cost of the hours you've spent pretending. You're about to start. It's that quiet weight in your chest when you close an app after scrolling for 40 minutes. You aren't tired. You're bored of your own excuses. You've told yourself that you're waiting for a sign, or a connection, or a bit of luck to drop from the sky like rain. But the truth is simpler and much uglier. In this video, you will learn that the ceiling above your head isn't made of glass, it's made of the very thoughts you use to comfort yourself at night. You wake up, you reach for the phone before your eyes are even fully open. You check the notifications, looking for a reason to feel important or a reason to feel busy. Then you go through the motions. You're hustling, right? You're grinding. But if we look at the last 3 years of your life, what has actually changed? The scenery is the same. The stress is the same. Only the dates on the calendar have moved. You've become a master of the almost. You almost started that project. You almost saved that money. You almost took that risk. You treat your life like a rehearsal for a show that never actually opens. You sit in cafes, or in your room, or at a job you secretly despise, and you think about the person you're supposed to be. That person is wealthy. That person is free. That person is decisive. But that person doesn't exist yet, because you are too busy protecting the version of you that is comfortable being broke. Comfort is a slow death. It feels like a warm blanket, but it's actually a shroud. You've convinced yourself that money is something that happens to people like a lightning strike or a genetic lottery. You see someone successful and your first instinct is to find the secret or the unfair advantage. You do this because if it's about luck, then it's not your fault that you don't have it. If it's about luck, you can go back to sleep. But it isn't luck. It's an architecture. The real enemy isn't the economy. It's not the government. It's the silent deals you make with yourself every single morning. You negotiate with your alarm clock. You negotiate with your goals. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow when I have more energy, or I need to learn more before I act. That is a lie. You don't need more information. You're drowning in information. What you lack is this stomach to be disliked, the stomach to fail publicly, and the stomach to realize that your current way of thinking has produced exactly the results you have right now. If your mindset was worth $1 million, you'd have $1 million. It's a mathematical certainty. You spend money to feel like someone you aren't, while refusing to do the work to become who you could be. You buy things to impress people who aren't even watching, using money you haven't even earned yet, and then you wonder why you feel trapped. You aren't trapped by the world. You're trapped by the short-term dopamine hits you use to numb the realization that you're standing still. Think about the last year, 12 months, 365 days, 8,760 hours. Where did they go? Most of them were swallowed by the void. That middle ground where you aren't working and you aren't resting. You're just existing. You're waiting for a feeling of readiness that is never going to come. Readiness is a myth sold to people who are afraid to bleed. Every time you say, I can't afford that, your brain stops looking for ways to make it possible. It shuts down. It accepts the limitation. You've built a cage out of the word can't, and you've decorated it with someday. The years are starting to move faster now. Have you noticed? The gap between your birthdays feels shorter. The people around you are moving on, or they are settling into the same grey stagnation that is threatening to swallow you. You tell yourself you have time. You don't. You have a finite, rapidly shrinking window to decide. If you are going to be a spectator or a participant in your own life, staying the same is becoming expensive. It's costing you your health, your confidence, and the respect of the people who actually matter. It's costing you the version of your life that was actually worth living. The debt of your inaction is accruing interest, and eventually, the bill will come due. You will be 60 years old, looking back at this exact moment, and you will realize that the only thing standing between you and the life you wanted was the cowardice of your own thoughts. Money is just a mirror. It doesn't change you. It reveals you. If you are empty without it, you will be empty with it. But if you refuse to master it, it will master you. It will dictate where you live, what you eat, who you spend your time with, and how you die. There is no right time. There is only now, and a deteriorating version of the future you keep promising yourself. You don't need a pep talk. You don't need a hug. You need to wake up to the fact that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you a bag of gold and a map. The struggle you're avoiding is the only thing that can transform you. You want the reward without the friction. You want the harvest without the winter. It doesn't work that way. The weight you feel right. Now this pressure in your throat that is your potential trying to scream through the layers of safety you've built around yourself. Stop negotiating with your own greatness. Stop being a coward disguised as a planner. The world doesn't care about your intentions. It only cares about your output. You either change the way you see the world, or the world will continue to see you as irrelevant. The choice isn't about the money. It never was. It's about whether you have the courage to admit that you've been the one holding yourself back this whole time. Decide who you are, or let the world decide for you. If this conversation was necessary, subscribe and share it with someone who is currently asleep. Go back to work.